A few years back, when I was around 18 or 19, I had this mindset that there was plenty of time to figure everything out. I kept telling myself, I'll start tomorrow, or I've got years ahead to work on that. So I didn't really push myself to grow, develop new skills, or even think about building a meaningful life. I was just kind of going with the flow, not realizing how quickly time was slipping by. But here's the thing. Laziness isn't just about taking a break or relaxing. It slowly becomes a habit. And once that lazy routine settles in, it's really hard to break out of it. Getting back into a groove where you feel motivated and full of energy, yeah, that's tougher than it sounds. It's like trying to restart a car that's been sitting in the garage for way too long. That's why I decided to make some changes and figure out what works for me. So today, I'm going to take you through what a truly productive day looks like for me now. It's not about being perfect or grinding 24/7, but finding a balance that helps me stay focused, get things done, and still enjoy life. Let's dive in. I usually find myself awake between 6 hunk and 6:30 a.m., easing into the day without rushing. Early mornings aren't just about being productive. They help me start off calm and grounded. It's not always easy getting out of bed, but once I'm up, I appreciate the quiet head start. Instead of grabbing honey tea like I used to, I've switched to a glass of refreshing lemon water or a quick fruit smoothie with some oats. It's a light way to wake up my body and get a little natural energy before the day kicks in. After that, I take some time to stretch, breathe, and let my mind settle before diving into anything else. People often claim waking up early is the key to success. I'm not sure if that's true for everyone, but for me, mornings like this make a big difference. It's when I get to pause, reflect, and just enjoy the peacefulness before the world gets loud. Watching the sunrise, feeling the cool air, and hearing the early morning sounds. It's these simple things that help me feel more connected and ready for whatever the day brings. Let's be real, sleeping in and skipping breakfast might sound like a good idea, but it'll totally mess with your energy. You can't crush your day on an empty stomach, right? I'm all about quick, easy breakfasts that actually taste good. Sometimes it's just some avocado toast with a little chili on top, or a smoothie with bananas, peanut butter, and spinach. Trust me, you won't even taste the spinach. Other days, I'll go for some yogurt with fruit and granola. Nothing too fancy, but enough for me to feel comfortable. If you're someone who usually skips breakfast, try waking up a little earlier and grabbing something simple. You'll feel way more awake and ready to tackle whatever's on your plate. Plus, who doesn't love starting the day with some good food? Once I'm done with breakfast, I ease into the creative side of things, editing videos, brainstorming new ideas, or working on fresh content. That's when my mind feels the sharpest and it's easier to get into the flow. Whether I'm fine-tuning transitions in a video, picking out the perfect background music, or planning out my next project, this is the part of the day that really pulls me in and gets me excited. It's like that first cup of coffee for my brain. Focusing on creative work after eating gives me the energy and clarity to make the most out of the morning. Once I've made some good progress, I shift gears and handle all the communication, emails, calls, or quick chats with collaborators. I usually set aside 30 to 45 minutes to reply to messages, schedule meetings, and organize the rest of my day. For example, if I'm working on a project with someone, I'll jump on a quick Zoom call to align on ideas or send over updates via email. Starting with the creative side of things keeps me motivated, and handling the admin stuff after feels way less overwhelming. Before diving into more work, I like to slow things down a bit around 11 Hanwak a.m. I'll pick up a book first. There's nothing like flipping through a few pages to give my mind a little refresh. Whether it's a novel, something motivational, or even just a fun read, it helps me take a breather from screen time. After that, I'll hop on social media for a quick scroll, check out what friends are up to, maybe post a photo, or reply to some messages. But I try not to get too caught up in it. Just a quick 10-minute scroll to stay in the loop, and then I'm good to go. This little routine helps me reset my mind, so when I get back to work, I'm more focused and ready to tackle the rest of the day. Plus, it's a great reminder to slow down and enjoy the quiet moments too. When it comes to lunch, I like to keep things super simple. Eating a heavy meal just makes me feel weighed down. And then it's tough to stay focused for the rest of the day. So I usually go for something light, maybe a salad, a sandwich, or some fruit. Just enough to keep me going without that post-lunch slump. Now, I know a lot of people are into afternoon naps, but I've never really been one of them. Napping just throws me off. But hey, if you're a nap person, I'd recommend keeping it short, like 15 to 20 minutes. That's the sweet spot to recharge without feeling groggy. Once you go past that, it can be super hard to get back into the zone, and you'll end up feeling even more tired than before. After lunch, I like to switch gears and get organized. This is when I pull out my bullet journal and map out the next few days. Even though I usually plan my day the night before, taking a few minutes in the afternoon to review and adjust things really helps. For example, if I planned to finish editing a video but ran out of time, I'll reschedule it for tomorrow and shuffle other tasks around to keep everything balanced. It's like a mini reset in the middle of the day that keeps me on track. Plus, seeing everything written down makes it easier to stay motivated. There's something super satisfying about crossing off tasks and seeing your progress. It's not just about work either. I'll jot down personal stuff too, like reminding myself to call a friend or setting time aside to read. It helps me balance productivity with things that keep me feeling good mentally. At some point during the day, I like to hit pause and tidy up my space a bit. It's surprising how much clearing off your desk or organizing your surroundings can also help clear your mind. I'll usually start by straightening out the clutter on my desk. Things like random notes, coffee mugs, or pens scattered everywhere. If there are clothes thrown over a chair or shoes lying around, I'll put those back in their place too. Sometimes, I even go through my inbox and delete old emails or organize files on my laptop that have been piling up. It's nothing too intense, but just having a clean, organized space makes it way easier to focus when I get back to work. For example, I once found a to-do list buried under a pile of papers that I totally forgot about, so decluttering helps me stay on top of things I might have missed. Plus, having a tidy space gives me this weird sense of calm and control, like I've got my life together, even if it's just for a little while. It's kind of like hitting a mental refresh button, making the rest of the day feel a lot more manageable. For me, staying productive doesn't mean being glued to a screen all day. It's about knowing when to step back and recharge. Around 3:00 p.m., when the day starts to slow down, I like to head outside for a quick mental reset. Sometimes I'll take a stroll around the neighborhood or hit a nearby park. Just being out in the fresh air, hearing the birds and feeling the breeze does wonders for clearing my head. If I'm in the mood for something more active, I might hop on my bike and ride a few miles, or even just stretch out with a quick yoga session in the backyard. Other times, it's as simple as sitting on the balcony or porch with a cup of tea watching the world go by. I'll leave my phone inside, letting my mind wander without any distractions. And if the weather's not great, no problem. I'll throw on some calming music, light a candle, and do something low-key indoors. Maybe organize a shelf, water my plants, or even just sit by the window with a warm drink. It's not about doing anything big, just giving myself space to relax and reset. Taking this little break helps me shake off the stress of the day and get back to work feeling refreshed and ready to go. After relaxing for a bit, I like to head out to the grocery store to pick up ingredients for dinner. There's something oddly calming about walking through the aisles, checking out fresh produce, and maybe even stumbling upon a good deal or a new ingredient to try. Sometimes I'll go with a full list, knowing exactly what I need, but other times I'll just browse and see what catches my eye. Maybe some ripe avocados for a fresh salad or a nice cut of salmon for grilling. Dinner feels more important to me than lunch because it's not just about the food. It's about gathering with the people I care about. It's that time of day when everyone finally slows down from the chaos, sits around the table, and shares stories from the day. Even if I'm eating alone, I still like to make it special, whether it's trying out a new recipe or just cooking up something simple but comforting, like stir-fried noodles or a hearty soup. For example, if I'm cooking for friends or family, I might go all out and make homemade tacos with all the fixings, fresh salsa, guacamole, and even some spicy grilled shrimp. But if it's just me, a quick bowl of pasta with garlic, olive oil, and a sprinkle of Parmesan totally hits the spot. There's something satisfying about the whole process, prepping the ingredients, cooking the meal, and finally sitting down to enjoy it. It's like hitting the pause button on a busy day, and it always leaves me feeling more grounded and connected. Evenings are when I like to tie up any loose ends from the day, whether it's finishing a project, replying to a few last emails, or tweaking a video edit. This is my time to wrap things up. I'll be honest, sometimes I get carried away and end up working way later than I should, like past midnight. But hey, I'm trying to get better at that. I've been aiming to shut things down and be in bed by 12 p.m. Still a work in progress, though. Most nights, I'm blogging, brainstorming new content ideas, or editing videos. If something pops into my head, I'll jot it down so I can dive into it fresh the next morning. I also like to review the videos I've already made, checking out your feedback and seeing where I can make things better. It's all about finding ways to improve and share content that's actually helpful and fun to watch. But it's not all work. I'll usually throw on some chill music or a podcast in the background, something that helps me stay focused without feeling stressed. If I've had a really packed day, I'll light a candle or make a cup of herbal tea to help me unwind while I work. It's the little things that make the evening feel cozy, even if I'm still being productive. Before I finally call it a night, I like to plan out my next day in my journal. It doesn't have to be super detailed, just a rough idea of what I want to tackle. It helps me clear my head so I'm not lying in bed thinking about my to-do list. Plus, there's something satisfying about crossing things off the next day. By the end of the night, it feels good to know I've accomplished something, but I also remind myself it's okay to slow down. Balance, right? If there's one thing I've learned, it's that being productive isn't just about checking things off a list. It's about having a clear purpose. When you've got a goal, even a small one, it gives you direction and keeps you motivated to push forward. It's like having your own personal roadmap. I honestly believe everyone has something they're meant to do in life, and that includes you. But here's the thing, creating a meaningful life doesn't happen overnight. It starts with the little things you do each day. Whether it's staying organized, finding time to relax, or focusing on what truly matters, those daily habits are what build the bigger picture. And the real secret? Consistency. It's not about having one super productive day and calling it quits. It's about showing up for yourself every single day, even when you don't feel like it. So whether you're chasing a big dream or just trying to live more intentionally, remember that every small step counts. I hope you find ways to build a life that feels fulfilling and true to you, both in the present and down the road. Hey, thanks a ton for watching today's video. I really appreciate you spending part of your day with me. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the little bell so you won't miss any new videos. Your support means a lot and helps me keep making more content like this. All right, that's it for now. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.